Welcome to one of the best shows on the planet, What I Wore on TNT Sports with myself, Kenny Allstar. You know the iconic show where we go through some iconic jerseys, tell some iconic stories with some even more iconic players. And this week, we have an incredible guest. He's won a lot. Premier League titles, the FA Cup titles, and to be fair, one of my favourite titles, one of the best ponytails of all time in the game. French national team legend, Emmanuel Petit. Let's go.
Petit! That has got to be the winner for Arsenal.
Let's start here, Emmanuel.
With the national shirt.
Yes, so now I know from early 90s, you played a pivotal role in the centre of the park for France. But I want to ask you, Euro 84, when France won the Euros at home, did it inspire you and give you the drive to want to thrive in the national team later on?
That was, I think, the first time we organized the competition at home. And that was probably one of the greatest competition from Platini. I think he scored 9 goals. Right foot, left foot, header. I remember the final Parc des Princes in Paris with Arconada, you know, the goalkeeper, the Spanish goalkeeper.
Yes.
So that was the first big trophy, you know, at home. So I got big memories on that. You know, I was a kid, I was 14 years old. I was watching that on TV, and I was dreaming about that. So I thought to myself, I want to do that.
Who was your favourite player in that squad?
I had many. Obviously, the first one is Platini, because he was a magician. But we used to call, you know, the square in the midfield, you know, the 4 players in the midfield, Luis Fernandez, Alain Giresse, Jean Tigana. He was my manager at Monaco as well. And Michel Platini. They were marvelous, all of them.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Must have been so inspirational for you.
Yeah.
Thuram, David Trezeguet, Thierry Henry. You've played
Barthez.
with iconic players.
Yeah.
The competition, what was it like coming up in Monaco?
Well, you know, Monaco have been always a brand like a romantic club, you know. The way, you know, they used to play on the pitch, the DNA of the club, you know, it's always technical, you know, the ball on the grass, you know, great movement. Always the same things, you know, from the academy until the first team. Always try to play technical skills, you know, great movements.
Let's talk Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yes. Why would we wait? Firstly,
JVC.
the JVC, the iconic, one of the most iconic jerseys. So what's your most fond memory in Arsenal?
Oh, I have so many.
Okay, we could go from the French Revolution, you know, people like Vieira and Henry.
Righty, for example.
Right, the culture clash in the dressing room.
I have a big character and personality, and in France, they used to put me away, you know, on the side all the time, you know, pointing finger at me. When I first came to England, I thought to myself, I've got much more crazy guy, you know, around me here. It's like rock and roll, you know, loud music before the game. Yeah, I remember Highbury, you know, in the dressing room, he had the iron bar, you know, on the top, and he was climbing like this, doing gymnastic things, you know, and with loud music, things like this, and I loved it because this is the way I used to prepare myself, you know, every single game, you know, just not put too much pressure, you know, on the game.
Yeah.
So when I entered into this dressing room, I knew straight away that I was at the right place.
Can we talk about music quickly? Before we get back to the kits, I want to know, what was you listening to before a game?
During the World Cup 1998,
yes.
I give you one example. Just before the final against Brazil, I was sitting outside, you know, with earphones, and I was listening Mozart. I can listen rap music.
Who's your favorite rapper?
I'm a old
school.
Old school, yeah.
Okay.
I'm like Ice-T, Ice Cube, things like this, you know.
That's good.
I love it, you know.
Classics. You're a bit of a musician yourself. So,
that's not
Emmanuel,
me.
my friend, tell me about this one here.
We all do mistakes in our lives.
Talk to me about this mistake.
This is nothing to do with this beautiful lady.
Okay.
And those people who were involved in making this clip. But I'm not a singer. They asked me if I wanted to do something, good with this lady. And I said, why not? But forget it.
Not the fondest Emmanuel Petit.
I think we saw probably 10, 20.
There's still no goal. Petit tries to change that and does with a magnificent strike. What a brilliant goal by Emmanuel Petit.
Now let's talk about memories that I know you are more fond of. We might as well start with the World Cup, I think. I think we need to talk about that victory against Brazil.
Yeah.
The moment of winning a World Cup. Please tell me what the feeling is like, of course.
It's just a great
What's
player.
in your mind right now?
Well, the day before the final, we received so many news, saying that Ronaldo is not well. He won't be fit, to start. We didn't know if it was something to put trouble in our concentration.
Basically mind games. You
Yes.
thought they were playing mind games with the players.
But he started, the game, and started as a midfield player. And Marcel Desailly was sent off in the second half, and I have to drop off as a central defender alongside Frank Leboeuf. And I was marking Ronaldo for probably the last 25 minutes of the game. That kind of guy can change you the game straight away. If you are not concentrate enough, if you give him the space he needs, he will punish you straight away. We were leading 2-0 up at the half-time, but we knew that those players, they can change easily the game in 5 minutes. So we had to be concentrated until the end. We could hear, on the pitch, the relationship was very bad between the Brazilian players. They were sometimes screaming at each other. So we knew that was our target, try to upset them. Because when you can achieve that against Brazilian team, they don't play as a team anymore, they play as individual. So we wanted to separate that.
Some would say that you had Ronaldo in your pocket.
Yeah, come on.
Some would say.
Once.
Is there anyone in the modern, football now that you really rate highly?
It's Lamine Yamal. 17 years old.
Generational talent.
17 years old. He does things on the pitch incredibly. He's having, a great season so far with Barcelona. He won big trophy last season with his national team. He was probably the best player during the European tournament. 17 years old. So this guy, I will pay money, to watch him. He can play right-footed, left-footed. He can dribble both feet. So it's impossible. And on top of it, he's so dynamic, with his foot, and he's quick, he's fast, and he always takes the right decision with the ball. So on top of it, he's got the vision, he's got the intelligence, the movement, the vision, everything. He's got everything at 17 years old already. A lot of people used to say to me that I'm the son of Cantona.
Wow.
No, I'm not the son of Cantona. Oh.
So I didn't know in your past life you was a mechanic. Can we talk about the style? Because Emmanuel, you see me, I like to focus not just on the football.
I make an effort this morning.
You do. By the way, I like the fit, I like the grey, it's working. I have to give you credit. I think you're a fashion icon. I think you are. I have to give you your flowers. What's in your wardrobe?
I have to be careful because I change myself, I try to be reasonable, 15 or 20 years ago, I was wearing things, it was too rock and roll for me, or probably for many persons, around me. I always had comments, about my style. It's funny because what you said, because, I've got an organizer, every single day. I write things,
Okay.
You've got mobile, you can do this on your computer, on your mobile. I don't do that. I'm old.
Old school.
Old school,
paper,
yeah.
planner.
When I first came to Arsenal, I met some people that they were the same than me. Freddie Ljungberg, for example. Mm-hmm. The first time I saw him, he came to the Sopwell House dressed like Jamiroquai, with the big hat. I loved it. I loved it. I said to myself,
my
I love that guy. I love people when they assume who they are, you know.
Yeah.
They are not scared or
Like they
frightened.
own their style.
Yeah, they don't not scared about what people could think about that. So I love it.
When you're doing like side quests, like modeling, music, how does the gaffer feel about that?
It was not an issue, you know, for people, you know, if you do commercial things, you know, fashion things like this, you know. As long as you're good on the pitch and you do your stuff and your job,
It's okay.
what can we say?
Yeah.
You have to judge me on what happened, you know, on the pitch.
This is a good opportunity to talk about one of my favorite new features that we have on the show called Winner Stays On.
Okay.
Okay, so it's quite simple. I'm going to hold up 2 jerseys and you're going to have to say off or on. So you ready?
Yeah.
Thierry Henry or Eric Cantona? Come on, Emmanuel, where are we going? Who's staying on?
A lot of people used to say to me that I'm the son of Cantona.
Wow.
No, I'm not the son of Cantona. And they used to say as well, I'm a son of Arsene Wenger. I'm not his son as well. But I started to play with the national team with Eric. And I have a story with him. But I would say Thierry because we played together at Monaco. We won trophy together. We won trophy with the national team and we won trophy as well with Arsenal. Coming back to Eric, when I started with the national team, I was very young. I was 18 years old and I was playing for Monaco. We were fighting the title with Marseille. Back in days with Mr. Bernard Tapie, the corruption, you know, with Marseille. And I remember I did a few interviews back in days, pointing the corruption, you know, from Marseille and the lack of justice, you know, in my country about that. When I first came to the national team, there were 8 players from Marseille waiting for me, just to have a meeting with me about what I said about the corruption. They kind of threatened me, you know. Be careful on what you say on the newspaper about us, about Marseille, about the corruption, because it can be a problem for you. So I said, listen, we're all on the same boat. If you want to leave the boat, that's your choice. I'm staying on the boat. The same day, somebody knocked on my door. I opened the door and Eric was there. He looked at me and he said, can I come in? You know what his face, you know, can I come in? Me, I was young, I was looking at him like this. I said, okay, so come in. So there was only, you know, a chair with my bed, the television. So he took the chair, he sat, and he started to watch television with me. I was leaning on my bed, and I was watching at him. I was watching the television, and I was thinking, so he wants to talk to me, but he's watching the TV.
What's going to happen next?
Yeah, what's going to happen next? And all of a sudden, he turned his hand to me, and he looked at me, and he said, did you have a trouble today? I said, yes. I said, I know, I've been told that. So I just want you to know that if you have any problem with anybody in the team, you come to see me.
Wow. I'm a Chelsea supporter, okay?
Yep.
So, of course, I will always remember your time in Chelsea. And
I hope I could do more for Chelsea.
yeah, so please talk to me about why you decided to move back to English football. I know you didn't come back for the weather.
No, man.
so
No, it's very simple. When I left Arsenal to Barcelona, I didn't really wanted to leave Arsenal. I made a choice because of my wife. She wanted to live in another country with the sun, things like this. And, you know, I didn't mind because finishing, you know, my career in one of the greatest clubs in the world, I was willing, you know, to win the last trophy I didn't win in my career, the Champions League. I thought to myself, that could be an opportunity for me to win that trophy. So I went there. First few weeks, I thought I made a mistake. I knew it.
Really?
We had great players, but aged. The dressing room was split between the Catalan, the Spanish players, and the Dutch players, and they were fighting for the power. And me, I was with some players watching that, and I thought, we will never win anything because we don't have unity inside the dressing room. And the manager is not there. He's invisible, you know. And we had so many arguments, and we've been out of the Champions League very, very quickly. So after a couple of weeks, some clubs, started to call me to make try to know if I was interested to come back in England. The first one to make a step was Alex Ferguson. He called me twice. He said, I want you to join Manchester United. I want you to play with calls and gigs and co. And Arsene came as well.
Oh, to bring you back?
He said to me that you're more than welcome to come back to the club. So I thought, I love Arsenal, but it's like getting married and then you get divorced. Are you going back? It's hard, Yeah. Memories are great, but I think it's hard. Then Chelsea came with Claudio Ranieri. And Claudio was so gentleman. He came in my house. We had a lunch in my house. He stayed hours with me. It was an inspiration for me. And I love straight away, the link with a human being. And for me, this is very important. I need to know who I'm working with. Yeah. I don't care how talented you are. I just want to know who's hiding behind, the image. And he gave me insurance about that. After the lunch, I said, I think this is it. Yeah. I think, so my wife was happy as well to come back to London. So I decided to join Chelsea. Unfortunately for me, the first 2 years was okay, but the last one, because of all my injuries, and as well the fight, I had great time with the Gunners. It's, Chelsea, Arsenal, it's London derbies, the rivalry, between the two clubs. I know that the fans were expected the same Emmanuel Petit that with the Arsenal jersey.
It's a different time.
Different time, and I was very tired as well in my body. So I tried to give everything I could, but my body, break me down.
So before we go in with something special that we have that we want to give to you, can we talk about the Lost Archives? So This is another good feature. You're going to like this. I'm just going to point and tell me about the picture.
Just, who's those people? I have no memories about that, but I have to be really young because I got short hair.
Because you look really young back then.
I think I'm
It looked like 18, an advert? It looked like maybe an advert for...
18 years old, I think, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's get another one. Let's get another Lost Archive one.
Oh.
So I didn't know in your past life you was a mechanic. What's going on here, man?
See my ears?
Yeah. What
Something changed, no?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Because I look like Jumbo, the elephant. I was running fast when he was... No, I remember, this is in Monaco. And I was doing stuff, for a magazine, because I was making the headlines, all the time when I started my career. And so they asked me to do that because they said that I can fix any problem, in the team. So they took a car.
I see, I get it now. The problem fixer.
Yes.
I like that one.
Oh my goodness. That was the fashion back in 80s, 90s, 80s. So
Emmanuel, I would wear this now. This
really?
is a fit. I like this. Talk to me about this one.
That was my style, Yeah, but I remember, the hair,
Of course.
In 90s, 80s, it was fashionable, that kind of hairstyle. But now, quite hard, Did you see the car behind? Look at the car. It's a BMW, the Z3.
Okay,
with the doors, that come down
BMW
like this.
Z3, classic.
Yeah.
You would say, what's your favourite car of all time?
I love Bentley and Aston Martin.
Bentley, Aston Martin.
I like, a fast car, but I never had one.
Really?
No, I like the comfort, I'm an old-fashionable guy,
Okay, I like this. I like the old school approach. Let's go to the next one. I think we've got one more. Okay.
That's when we won the title with Monaco. That is Sonny Anderson. And we won the title, and we celebrate in the dressing room after that.
Now it's for my favourite part of the show.
Okay.
Again, I have a lot of good moments of the show, but this is definitely up there. So our friends at Colt Kits, the Collectors Club, the best place to get authentic jerseys. We and Colt Kits have done this for you. So it's a exclusive What I Wore jersey. Now, if you notice, I got to just, it's the details. All your honours at the bottom, the trophies.
Not many, yeah?
No, listen, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Look at that. You got your honours at the bottom. If you remember the way the Sega sponsor was on the Arsenal kit, we've got, yeah, we replaced the sponsor with your name, and then all the colours of the clubs that you've played for at the back, some moments and highlights at the back as well.
It's nice.
In the blue as well.
It's nice.
Because we felt like we have to appreciate what you have done in the game. And honestly, you're a true legend.
Thank you very much.
Well, Emmanuel, thank you so much for your
guys.
time. We appreciate you here at What I Wore, TNT Sports. Until next time, Emmanuel, Petit, my name is Kenny Allstar. We'll see you soon. Thank you.